You put enough helium in somebody's balloon, and yeah, they'll float. But you know, if you don't get the time, I got 3 questions in the CNBC debate. Most of the candidates got 8, 9, 10. It's you know, tough to battle at. So I'll go on that stage and give it my best, and I'm looking forward to it. I hope everybody watches it.
So that is Mike Huckabee from over the weekend in Iowa reacting to tomorrow's Republican debates. Now, the former governor did not qualify for the primetime debate. He will be on stage for the first debate that starts at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. The former governor is with me now from his home in Florida. Sir, how are you? Welcome back here to America's
I'm doing well.
News. I don't think you're going to have an issue now based on time. There will be 4 of you in the early debate. Does that play to your advantage, or does it highlight the fact that you did not qualify among the top 8 in prime time, Governor?
You know, Bill, I think I should have been on that stage. In the Fox poll, I was ahead of Carly. I was tied with Jeb, but the criteria is set by somebody other than me. I have to live with what we got. So I'm going to be on the first stage. That's okay. I think I'll get more time, which, my gosh, in the first 3 debates, one of the challenges that I faced was I was near the bottom of being able to talk about Social Security, Medicare protection, focus on tax policy. And I think what was frustrating about that other CNBC debate was it was supposed to focus on business, the economy, and jobs, wage stagnation that we've had. And instead, we might as well have been talking about Cajun casserole recipes. It was so off topic. And it really, I think, was an insult to the American people and the Republican voters.
It might make for a good dish, but it probably didn't make for a good moment for you. And I know you're out there on the flank, but you will not be come Tuesday night. This is how Governor Chris Christie, who also did not qualify for prime time, he'll be with you. This is how he reacted Sunday.
It's really not a big setback, but I obviously don't prefer it. I'd rather be on the other stage where I was for the first 3. And we've been getting more donations in the last week than we got in the week before because people feel like, you know, we're getting a raw deal.
So I don't know if you think, you know, I mean, is that the best way you look at the situation? Because he's making the case it's not a setback. Do you agree with that or not?
Well, it's not what any of us would want, but I agree with him. We've had an uptick in donations because I think people felt like, gosh, we got screwed. And they feel that way. So our supporters are rallying to us. You know, I feared that they might run from us. Instead, they're running toward us and running with us. And they know that national polls at this point are irrelevant. And if we're basing debate participation on something that has nothing to do with whether or not you're going to be the nominee, I think people are beginning to understand that, gosh, we need to be talking about what people talk about at their kitchen table. And they're not talking about debate criteria. They're talking about how in the heck do we ever get our wages up after a 40-year stagnation for the bottom 90% of the economy. I mean, Bill, people are hurting out there. Yeah, they really are.
I
They're
get it. I know you'll express that tomorrow night. What do you think of this back and forth with Ben Carson? And do you think it's relevant? Will it come up tomorrow night?
Look, everybody who runs for the presidency is going to get this. And the one thing that I thought, I kind of was taken aback when I heard Ben Carson say he's getting a greater level of scrutiny. I assure him that as he continues to stay near the top of the polls, it will only get much worse, as I can attest from having been there 8 years ago and for 26 years through the sausage grinder in politics. Frankly, some of the toughest stuff I ever faced was the stuff that I faced even in my home state of Arkansas. Tell me it's tough when they start going after your kids. Tell me it's tough when they start nitpicking things that you think, my gosh, has nothing to do with issues or your credibility or your trust factor. It'll happen. It's part of the process. And there's nothing we're going to do to stop that. And I think the question is not, is the press going to be tough on all the candidates? But, hey, if you're president, the whole world's going to be tough on you.
I get
You're
it.
going to have to be ready
You're making
for
the case you have to have thick skin, but in 10 seconds or less, has the criticism been fair? Has it been legitimate, do you believe?
Well, we all have to answer for the things that we put in our own books. I've written 12 of them, so I understand that people are going to pick them apart, and you better have your facts right. So, the voters will determine that. But you have to be straightforward with people, not only in what you say and your policies, but in the things that you have published about yourself.
Governor, thank you. Mike Huckabee, see you tomorrow night in Milwaukee. Make sure you catch that
Thanks.
debate only on the Fox Business Network. First debate starts at 7 o'clock. The primetime debate is 9 p.m. If you're not sure where to find it, as Kavuta would say, demand it. Or what does he say? He says demand it.
Demand it.
Or you can go to foxbusiness.com/channel finder. So either way.
You can demand it right there.
Got it.